Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. Pick up your cup of coffee and have a nice sip with me, sir. You have something to say, sir? Did you have something to say?
Thank you. You're amazing too. Thank you for leaving me that show. That makes me feel so loved.
I'm Jason. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday, weather permitting, also children permitting, and wife permitting. So as long as those criteria are met, we will meet here and drink coffee and talk about the news on rumble.com/internet dads. All right.
You know, you say that rumble.com/internet dads. At the end of the show yesterday, we were talking about this. They mentioned it in the news this morning as I was on my way to work, listening to the completely not biased news that thinks that they are. And they mentioned that, and I thought, man, does the Internet Dad Show Gulf of Mexico have a great ring to it?
No, Gulf of Internet Dads. Gulf. Wait.
The Internet Dad Show Gulf. Because then I was thinking, then this is where my brain went. I was like, okay, how far away are we from idiocracy where it's going to be the Coca-Cola Ocean? You know? So then I thought, well, if we get to that, then it's not going to be the Internet Dad Show Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be the Gulf of Exxon. The Exxon Gulf. You know,
welcome to Texas. I love you.
How far away are we from that?
I think we still got a little runway left on that flight.
You don't think we're going to try to sell advertising rights to the ocean? Let me just put it this way. If anybody does want to buy a part of the ocean and do some advertising, please DM me. I know exactly how you can do that.
If we're going to sell ads, maybe we could sell ads on our show, and we could actually...
I'll sell you the information on how to do that for only $19.95.
Yes, sir.
$19.95, I will send you a document that tells you how to sell ads of the ocean.
All right, Deke, we have a lot of news today. Please contact sales if you would like to run ads on the show. We are very open to offers.
Hang on, let me show you sales. Our sales department our sales department's not in.
It's gone. She's gone. She's scratching her butt.
There you go. There's the sales department. All right, so
yeah. Okay. News voice.
In today's news.
Oh, that's a good news voice.
I like that. I've been practicing that for years.
I don't have that. Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen has said that perhaps the trillions of dollars that we spent on COVID might have inflated just a little bit of inflation. This is Janet Yellen. For the last 4 years or so, she has been the Secretary of the Treasury, and a dumber woman to do that job, I cannot imagine. She says that supply chain shortages were the main inflation spike culprit. Supply chain shortages like all of the cargo ships that were parked in the ocean because the federal administration would not allow them to dock and unload. And so ships were not sending goods to us because we wouldn't let them unload. And then when they did unload, if you recall, there were cargo containers lined up down the street in California and ports and such, because they would not allow truck drivers to pick up the cargo containers and deliver them to their place because they were afraid of COVID. So supply chain shortages, but by that she means the other stuff we were messing up as the federal government caused inflation more than just printing billions of dollars and giving it away. A little bit. That's a direct quote. A little bit. Do you guys still feel inflation? Is inflation top of mind anymore?
There's no cash in this
Yes.
bar.
Dave, if you're gonna do
No
that,
cash.
please blow the cobwebs out before you show it on camera. Yeah, thank you.
There actually is dust in here.
Let me show you. Let me show you how much money I have in my pocket. I have $2.
Oh,
Hey, you got
all
more
right.
money than I do.
And I got to pay the paper boy.
The Biden
Anybody?
administration
Anybody?
and Democrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the Biden administration and Democrats in Congress enacted the $1.9
You got it. I saw it.
trillion American Rescue Plan in March 2021 after more than $3 trillion in COVID relief spending approved by President-elect Donald Trump's first administration in 2020. He's president-elect now. That's where they're calling him that. These actions kept paychecks flowing for idled workers, blah, 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 blah. It was the worst mistake in American history. I think keeping everybody at home, not letting anybody work, and also spending something like $5 trillion was the worst economic mistake in human history. Am I far off wrong on that? Or what do you think? Trillions. I mean, this is more than we spent in entire wars that we fought.
Well, I don't know.
Now,
I don't know. The
in all fairness,
Russian war is getting close. We're not even
I would
fighting.
love to see. I would love to see, adjust for inflation, everything, all the wars that we fought.
You know what? I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up right now.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to pick your brain. Dave, probably more than you. What was the commercial in the 90s that was like, it was a funny spot. It was a funny commercial, but it was
all
like,
of them?
No, wait a minute. It was, all of them. But it was like, Magellan, yelling, felon, gelling, melon. Do you remember that? You know, it was like, hey, Magellan, felon, yelling.
Okay.
All
right.
I got like three brain cells that remember that, and that's all I can come up with.
Adjusted for inflation. Yeah. The American Revolution. Throw a number at me.
Ooh, the American Revolution adjusted for inflation.
American Revolution.
Ooh,
adjusted for inflation.
Let's say
500 million.
That's what I was going to say. 500 million.
$3.3 billion adjusted for inflation. Yeah.
Well, that was a big one. That was a big one. You got to think the American Revolution. There was no army. There was no surplus of anything. They were like, hey, we need all of the all the guns. All I've got is this musket that I shoot possums with for dinner. You know?
Yeah. We had blankets and bad attitudes. That's what we had.
And then they had French people coming over, and these French soldiers are not going to do it for free. You know? So yes. Okay.
What is this continent? Where is the ganache? The War of 1812 cost us roughly $2.2 billion. The Mexican-American War, $3.08 billion. The Civil War, Deacon.
That was a pricey one.
Big.
How much?
$7 billion.
If the other ones are in their billions, then yeah, I'm gonna have to say something around what Dave said.
$77 billion in 2025 dollars.
Ooh.
Now that was the Union side. The Confederacy spent about $26 billion. So it was all in all about $100 billion. The Spanish-American War was $11.7 billion. World War I. Here we go. Big money. World War I.
80 billion.
How much?
80 billion.
120.
Okay. More. $456 billion. World War II. I'm wrong about this.
$2 trillion.
It's more. World War II cost us a lot.
Well,
World War II was expensive.
We had the whole development of the atomic bomb. That wasn't cheap. That wasn't Radio Shack visits.
Okay, so Redheaded Yan says, I remember that, but I can't remember the company being advertised. Like a felon. That's
what? Okay, that just like
I'm Magellan like a felon. Yeah, that was I think it
my
was a
God.
shoe. Wasn't it a shoe?
Shoes. It was shoes. I think it was. Yeah. Asics. It was an Asics gel commercial.
Those gelling
Asics
like
gel.
a felon.
Gelling like a
Gelling.
felon.
Asics gels.
Yes.
That's it.
I was there.
Thank you, redheaded. Thank
You
you.
got us going.
I love you. Gelling like a felon.
All right.
commercial.
So, with the exception of World War II, which was $5.6 trillion, it looks like all of the other wars added up together. I'm talking Vietnam, Persian Gulf War, Iraq War, and war in Afghanistan.
What about the
we
war on
probably
drugs?
spent. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I think we spent more than all those wars together in COVID relief spending. So, except for World War II. World War II was very, very expensive. Okay.
Make me moderator.
But it was
I
it
can't
was
see
a
anything.
little bit of a
What'd you say, the Vietnam?
deflationary bump. Vietnam was
Hey,
$956 billion. Again, adjusted for inflation. This is in 2025 dollars. By the way, it's 2025, guys. I know sometimes it slips out of your head. You still think we're in last year, but we're in now.
Can't prove it.
All right. Show me something.
Time's
we
made
got?
up. Arbitrary date.
Time is imaginary. I agree with you.
Sorry,
it's
I thought
it's
I
an
shared.
imaginary date.
Gelling like a felon. Oh my God.
Oh my God, you're gonna remember it as soon as it starts.
If you bought a shoe because of this, you're a moron.
You gelling? You know I'm gelling. Hey, Ellen, you gelling?
I'm gelling like a felon. You want some melon?
Nah, but hey, I'm like mud gelling. I'm so gelling.
Nice.
Nice.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are making the
Dr.
softest gel ever
Scholl's.
created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable,
Oh, they
you get
weren't for
money
your
back.
shoes. They were
Guaranteed.
for
gelling.
inside your shoes.
You're not gelling. You're so not gelling.
Are you gelling?
I'm gelling.
It wasn't the
I don't-
Asics then. It was
Mm-mm.
Dr. Souls.
I honestly don't think those things are good for your feet.
I got some in right now. I got 2 pairs in right now.
Oh my!
I
See,
think
they're not
it
good
was
because they don't work.
I know I've got to have 2 pairs. Yeah, you get old, you have to have those.
All right, we got a bunch of other interesting news aside from
Thank you.
an
Thank
old
you to
hag.
redheaded
Ryan.
Ryan.
Redhead Ryan.
I'm sorry, I'm blind. I need new bifocals. You see,
I have to
Right.
assume that Redhead Ryan 73 is saying that he was born in 73, which, if he's anything like me, means that he may be less red than white.
So, speaking of blindness, like back in October, I had my eyes dilated, had an eye exam, and she said, by the end of the year, you're probably going to need some readers. Like, whatever. Dude, she cursed me. December 31st, I'm like squinting everywhere I'm going. I'm like, I can't see crap.
Oh, 87. I'm wrong.
87.
You're still old.
Yeah, it's getting gray.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
I'm sorry,
No.
Redhead Ryan. I take it back.
Dave, it just happened yesterday.
Let me eat my-
Ashley was talking about we were talking about something, and she said they look like my friend when my friend was younger. And I was like, oh, okay. And she pulled up this old picture, and it was a clear picture. You could clearly see them. But when she zoomed in on her phone, I was literally doing this. I was taking the phone and going, and I said, I can't see it. When I move it, everything gets blurry. It gets clear in one spot
get
right
readers.
here. Yeah. So and I didn't like that. You know, that was the first time that's really hit me with my age, that I'm like, damn it, I can't see that no matter what I do. You know, I need thicker glasses. Look how thick these damn things are now. I can almost see it tomorrow.
All right, guys, we're gonna play a game real quick because Redhead Ryan said 73 wasn't his year he was born. It was the year of his first car.
Ooh.
So now I'm gonna show what Ryan's.
Ryan, what was
Ryan,
your
82
mother's
was mine.
maiden name and the first
No,
street
it's
that you
not.
grew up on?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just
Ryan,
kidding.
give me the color. But guys, I want you to look up a photo right now of your first car,
Ooh,
and we're gonna show Ryan's, and then we're gonna show ours. Okay.
I promise
mine-
Ryan's is a lot cooler than mine.
Oh yeah, it is because I
Yeah,
looked it up.
yeah.
It looks rad.
Oh wow, man! I haven't seen a picture of this in a long
I
time.
missed this
Hold
thing.
on. I'm gonna go with Ryan's first.
No, don't go
Hold
with
on,
Ryan's
give me a second.
first. He's
Give
going
me
to
a
blow us
second
out of the water.
Oh yeah.
We need to look at our janky first
Hold on
rides
here.
first.
Mine wasn't really that photographed, so give me.
Maybe in the closet, maybe.
I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt.
All right.
No, you're good. She's good. I'm
He's
trying to find
always
the
good.
picture here, a bigger picture of it.
Oh my god.
I need to find it in 2-door, not 4-door.
I think this
Give me a
is.
second.
Here, let me show you mine then. You can see a little
All right,
picture.
you
of it.
guys aren't showing. You guys aren't showing photos
Hold
yet.
on, I'm working there.
I'm looking for one that's as bad a
There's
color
mine.
as mine was.
So this over here, it looked like that. It was an 86 Cougar.
Hold on here. I'm working on it.
It was a 2-door.
Okay.
It looked kind of like this one. Well, no, it didn't have the red.
All right, I've got mine.
Oh, this
Red
is
didn't
mine
look
right
like
here.
that.
This is mine. I found mine.
Yours
Okay.
is a what?
Oh.
What year was yours, Steve?
86 Cougar, black Cougar. And then I got a black 92 Thunderbird after that.
Ruby.
It was just the same thing as a Cougar. It was just
Here's mine. Mine was Motor Trend's Car of the Year, 82 Chevrolet Citation.
Wow, look at the hatchback.
What color was it?
Yeah.
Was it blue?
It was blue, but it wasn't that blue. It was more like that bottom blue. It had like flakes in it or something, like metal flakes.
Dude, you
It looked
needed
cool.
like that's like a if you drove that around with like 3 friends, that's like people would be like, that's a band. With some drums in the back just to drive
All
around.
right.
Go
This
ahead. I got stories.
this is
on it.
my whip from 1990. This is a 1977 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, but hold on. The picture doesn't do it justice.
That's a gunship. That's a gunship.
That is
I see
rose
that.
gold.
I'm going the other
It was
way. That is a
basically
gunship.
pink.
You drove
Now,
a pink Cadillac.
I did. It was amazing. Now compare that to Ryan's poor little beater from
That he bought for $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for
poor
yours?
Ryan?
Mine was given to me by my parents. It was their
mine
car.
was
They
like
gave it to me. I had
$500.
to pay
Okay,
insurance.
so I mowed this lady's house for like 3 years, and then she sold me mine for $200. It didn't start.
right.
I got it going. Drove that thing for about
This is
2 years.
This is Ryan's beater. Feel bad for Ryan, y'all. Yeah.
He
Oh
said
my
his was spray
God.
painted.
Oh, man, and he says that he still has it in the garage, but don't run. I don't care.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sure it probably looks good right there.
Still
in the
have
garage.
it?
Yeah, I would
Man.
get that thing
Can you
restored.
imagine what that thing sounds like?
Real.
So I have a 92 Toyota pickup, and the muffler had completely rusted through on it. My son drives it to school, and he's like, "Dad, that thing sounds so great." Well, it had fallen apart. The muffler had fallen, and so I got a new muffler and put the new muffler on it, and now it's quiet. He's like, "Dad, I hate you." I'm like, "What's wrong?" He said, "The only thing cool about that truck was the way it sounded. Now it sounds like a golf cart."
I am the friggin' I have turned into officially the old man because this young couple moved in across the street. And so I saw him and I introduced myself to him. The little
Right.
girl was like, the little girl is the daughter of one of my cousins. So I'm like, all right, you're family. Y'all ever do anything? I'm right here across the street, blah, blah. Well, he has one of those trucks. And when
Yeah.
he leaves his driveway, he feels that for some reason he has to go from 0
Gas
to
it.
60 immediately. And I have turned into the little old man that's like, I'll be sitting there in the living room and sitting in the bedroom and I'll hear him leave and I'll be like, that damn kid waking everybody up in the neighborhood.
Get off my lawn.
Hold on. I have something for you, sir. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds.
Do y'all have any of the trucks around town that drive around with all the LEDs and the LED wheels and underneath and
An
everything?
Amish buggy. We have an Amish buggy that has
With
LEDs
LEDs?
underneath. Yes, that was his way of like rejecting his debt. I mean, he still drives the buggy, still there,
Right.
but
But
he
he put
flips a
LEDs.
switch. It's got LEDs.
That's me and my son. There's a truck around town that does that, and I was old man in it one day. I was like, "That's ridiculous," blah blah blah. And Alex said something, and I was like, "Honestly, if I was 16, 17, 18 years old with LEDs, I'd had LEDs in my car and on my car and stuff too. As cheap as they are, it's pretty awesome."
Yeah, my oldest had LEDs in the truck.
Yeah, I think that's cool. All right, you got any more stories, JJ? I don't have anything.
Oh yeah, we got some more. I was looking for this prank video, but you can just imagine it. You get yourself a bunch of kazoos from the Dollar Tree.
Oh, and you
yeah,
put them
yeah.
in the
Tailpipe.
muffler. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
they're gonna
seen that.
melt in seconds, but yeah.
yeah. All right.
We talked about. Let me get this. My first story. I
Yep.
think it's my only story. We talked about this yesterday with the fires in LA and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and we were talking about the fire chief and whatnot. Elon Musk retweeted this. LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley warned Mayor Karen Brass last month that the $17+ million that she cut from the department's budget severely limited the department's capacity to prepare for, train for, and respond to large-scale emergencies, including wildfires. Wow, this is almost like we're living in a movie. This one is not a good movie script.
No.
You can see this crap coming.
Yeah.
Are we living in a movie?
I think Elon Musk has a saying that the most entertaining outcome is what will most likely happen. So
All the world's a stage, and I think
Yeah.
some government 3-letter agencies have picked up on that over the years.
I'm increasingly of the opinion that we don't have so much a nefarious, evil, cadre of bad guys in letter agencies trying to do bad stuff, as much as we have a bunch of bumbling, incompetent morons just trying to cover their tracks.
I don't even think that that's 50-50. I think that would be more like 70-30 or 65-45, something like that. But I agree. There is a mixture between bumbling morons and nefarious persons.
All right. I'm going to do I'm going to cover several stories as quickly as I can here. They're not entirely related, but we got foreign politics and domestic politics, so we'll kind of start out there and wind it back to here. Venezuela has announced that they have taken the socialist dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has announced for some very bad reason, right ahead of Donald Trump taking office, that he has taken 2 American hostages. Donald Trump is about to be president. Nicolas Maduro must not want Venezuela to be a country for very much longer. He announced at a rally that they have taken 2 American hostages, which they called terrorists or related to the CIA. But if they are in fact Americans, this is a bad choice for him.
Well, on the surface level, why were they taken? What do they say they did?
So he said that. Oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong.
Because if this is some kid that did something and he's mad that he's going to get caned, I don't care.
No,
and this shouldn't start any. We
have captured at this hour 7 foreign mercenaries, including 2 important U.S. mercenaries in North America. They are captured. They were caught with the kilos, compadre, of the highest level, convicted, and I'm sure in the next few hours they will be confessed. They will come. They came to carry out terrorist actions against the peace of Venezuela.
One side. He did not. One side.
Yeah, right. So we don't have a response from the Biden administration yet. 3 other American mercenaries linked to the CIA were detained in September and also stand accused of seeking to assassinate Maduro and carry out other terrorist attacks. So
let's create a hypothetical story here, and
sure.
A hypothetical military story here, where a 3-letter agency did had some mercenaries that went down to this country.
Sure, we have guys down there. Okay.
Yeah, into a country to find out stuff. What would wouldn't you think there would be like not just 1, not just 2, but probably like 3 contingency plans for when the crap hits the fan, and so that you wouldn't come out with something that's like this.
Yeah, except I'm going to call back to literally 1 minute ago where I said we don't have We don't have evil bad guys in the government as much as
Well,
bumbling dottards that are
I
trying to cover up
do
their
want to say
mistakes.
that Venezuela is one of those you're not supposed to travel to countries.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
it's
is
not
it
a good
not?
place right now.
Yeah, it's a you're
No.
not allowed to travel there from America.
Yeah. Almost certainly we have CIA guys that are down there.
Oh,
And
I
those,
would.
and,
I would
But
guess
they
those
that.
probably don't
guys,
look
but
American.
they're not doing stuff
Yeah.
directly. They're
They're not
going
white
around and being
dudes
like,
that look
hey,
like
wouldn't you
us.
like some democracy? Here's some money for your
I've been to Venezuela.
organization if you want to do democracy. Have you?
You would stick out like a sore thumb, I bet.
You do not look
Didn't
particularly
you?
Venezuelan.
Did you not?
No, I didn't stick out
Okay.
that much. I look fairly dark in the summer, and so I can get away with some stuff.
Oh,
Especially when I was
Yeah.
a teen and all I did was stay outdoors.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm the
All right.
same.
around.
I get red.
We've been talking about turning the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America and turning the state of the country
Internet
of
Dad's
Canada
Gulf.
into
The Internet
yeah,
Dad Show
into-
Golf.
It doesn't
That
work.
or the Gulf
You
of
need to work
Internet
on that.
Dads.
We need to work on that. Workshop that.
America's Golf.
Gulf of Dads.
Sponsored by the Internet Dad
No,
Show.
It's not working, sir.
We
The
can
a
workshop
GOP
this.
congressman has introduced a bill to authorize Trump retake the Panama Canal. So we might just be, I guess, taking stuff now.
What if all of the countries that want to have a stake in the Panama Canal, what if we gather together the best fighters from each of those countries and form a team and then have like a Jean-Claude Van Damme blood sport like tournament
Yeah.
to see who
Yeah.
and whoever
for it.
wins the tournament wins the majority control of the Panama Canal. There would be levels. If you finish last, well, you get like 20%. If you finish third, you get, you're getting a little more. I think that could work. The best fighters from all around the world televise that crap. I watched
Mexican
WWE
money.
on Netflix the other night. I know what's going on.
But the Brazilians are all real close to it. I mean, the Panama Canal would
That's
just
a
be
good
controlled
point.
by all the Brazilians.
That's a good point. Brazil would just win everything. Okay, that's true.
Okay, so another congressman has filed a bill to relocate the Border Patrol headquarters to Texas. So currently, the Border Patrol, Customs and Border Patrol headquarters is in Washington, D.C. The headquarters for the management of our border is in D.C. It seems like the worst place for it.
I'm not a border scientist, but I would assume that you would if it was up to me, I would make two of them and put one in the north and one in the south. The east and the west, not so much. Maybe some satellite offices. Certain spots.
Okay.
That's
all right. Republicans who are now in control of Congress have are putting term limits, are floating term limits. Ralph Norman of South Carolina introduced an amendment to the Constitution on Wednesday to limit the amount of terms a House member and a U.S. senator can serve. Ted Cruz introduced the Senate version. Under the amendment, a senator who could serve two services, which is they serve 6-year terms, and a House member could serve 3 terms. That they serve 2-year terms. In terms of a special election, it would be qualifying term is 1 year or more for a House representative and 3 years or more for a senator. What do you guys think about term limits? Because here they are. And how fast do you think that this is going to get vetoed and voted down?
Oh yeah, the thing that needs to go hand in hand with the term limits, I think, is you're going to have to tackle this. What are they called? The damn lobbyists. You got to tackle that problem. I mean, if you're going to put term limits on this crap, that absolutely needs to have some, and it might already have some limits, but those limits are definitely flawed, or they need to be tightened up and reined in. And that's just my personal opinion. I think the lobbying for stuff is okay to a point. I mean, it's okay for JJ's company to get up to the judge and say, I think that it should be this way. And all you people that are voting, not the judge, but I think all you people that are voting, it should be this way. You know, I think you absolutely should have the right to do that, but you don't have the right to give all these people the maximum amount of money for promises that
Right.
no, And
So
that's why
this doesn't close the lobbying loop, but it does keep the Nancy Pelosi's from serving 60 years in the government.
Right. It stops that, but it made me think those lobbying people are going to have to change their game if they haven't already changed the game in anticipation of this, because they no longer can continue to buy out Mitch McConnell, for example. You know, they can't buy him out, knowing that he's going to be there and helping him get back into office and giving this much to his reelection. They can't do that anymore, or they'll do it even more to keep them into office. And then they'll start pushing. You'll see an influx of push of who they want. So these kids and these guys in city councils and mayors of towns and stuff like that will start getting push from lobbyists where they're not now. That's just speculation.
Okay. I've got another one last story here. This is from 2 days ago. The United States has added the company Tencent and the company CATL to a list of Chinese firms that are aiding Beijing's military. So let me see what you guys think about this. Well, that's the wrong page. This page and share this tab instead. Now, if you've ever played, what's that battle royale game? There's a battle royale game.
Fortnite?
No, not Fortnite. There's a different one. Can't remember the name of the game. It's a game where it's a game on your phone where you run around and you shoot people, and it was like super popular for a while. It's been subsumed by. No, Call of Duty had a clone of it.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, and there is a Call of Duty, I think, that has that Tencent. So Tencent makes video games and other stuff, and they have been added to the list of companies that are helping the Chinese military. The U.S. Defense Department said on Monday it added Tencent and CATL to a list of companies working for the Chinese military, and that caused their stock to drop during the next day. Shares of Tencent, the parent of Chinese instant messaging company WeChat, fell 7.3% on Tuesday. Yeah, and Shenzhen listed shares of CATL closed 2.8% down as well. Both companies call the move, which comes 2 weeks before Donald Trump takes office, a mistake. Tencent said on Tuesday its business would be unaffected, and that it would initiate a reconsideration process to correct its inclusion. CATL, the world's largest electric vehicle battery maker, said it was not engaged in any military-related activities. So, I mean, I absolutely would believe that WeChat is used by Chinese 100%. Military for sure. Yeah. I mean, WeChat is used for everything over there. I think that their social media scores. PUBG. Redhead Ryan with the answer.
PUBG. Yeah.
My brain wasn't working. Yeah, Tencent ran that PUBG game, and that PUBG game was like one of the early prototypes for the Call of Duty Mobile and several others like that.
I tried to play it. I had a buddy that played it a lot. Yeah, I tried to play it. I just couldn't get into it.
I had kids that played it constantly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's
damn. Ryan needs to be on the show.
Yeah,
designated hitter today.
No kidding.
Send me a message. Come join our Discord. You can come be on the show. We're very
hey, he's with us on Rumble, so he's already better than most people. Hey, everybody's with us on Rumble today.
And he looks so good. Don't you think he looks good? All right, that's my news stories.
I come from my people come from the Norseland. My last name means red. So all of my people with my last name have red hair. When I was younger and would get out in the sun, you would see a red tinge to me.
Don't look at the white.
No red. No,
yeah, my real last name is y'all know my real last name is Rudd. Rudd is red. It comes from
Ruddy.
Yeah.
Ruddy?
Yeah.
Oh, he lives close to Deacon. He might just pop in your studio.
He lives close
an extra mic.
He lives close to me then. Does he live?
I know who redheaded Ryan is, maybe.
Oh,
oh boy.
Oh. Check your windows. Check your windows now. If a redhead dude walks in,
Hey, I got a story for you here. This one was
right.
quietly, as you were celebrating Christmas with your family all around the Christmas tree. Joe Biden quietly bans most gas-powered water tankless water heaters.
Wash cold, Poors.
Boom. In a significant regulatory shift that took place quietly the day after Christmas, the Biden administration finalized new climate rules targeting natural gas-powered instantaneous water heaters. The DoD, which traditionally issues a press release for such regulations, chose not to announce these changes publicly, raising eyebrows across various sectors. The new regulations aim to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, blah, 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 blah. The regulations are set to remove approximately 40% of the current tankless water heater models from the market by 2009 between gas and electric. So this shift is expected to force consumers to opt for either more expensive or less efficient alternatives. The average cost increase for new water heaters due to the regulations will be around $450. Dave, get out that wallet. Count how many dust particles you got, because you're going to have to add them up, brother. So
I spent around $400 for my last water heater.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, I think, in here in the radio station was like $350 or something. $450. The timing of these regulations is noteworthy, coming in the wake of President-elect Donald Trump's electoral victory over Kamala Harris. Trump has expressed intentions to roll back many Biden climate initiatives to bolster energy production and stimulate economic growth. This regulatory push on water heaters is part of a series of actions that Biden's doing. This is a chess move. This is a chess move, people.
Chess move.
This
It's
is a
flex. This is all getting canceled January 20th. Like January 20th, Trump's coming in. He's
Maybe
going to be like,
22nd.
undo.
This is a flex move. This is all this is. And there is there's some other things in this that probably won't get canceled and will and won't and whatnot. So there you go.
I'm just checking my stock right now. Well, the markets are closed today in honor of Jimmy Carter.
Yes. Today's the day. Today's the day his body lies in state, I believe. But today's the day of his.
Today's
lying in
100 years old while we were on break.
National Day of Mourning. Yeah, Google has got. You go to Google and it's got the black in Google today. Yeah, photo president.
Oh boy.
He was, even if we were young when he was president or not alive. Yeah. But we were very young.
He was my first president.
Yeah, I think he was my first president too. He was 77? When was he president?
76 through 78.
76 to 80.
Yeah.
Was it to 80?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was at 80.
Yeah, so I was born when he was president, so you didn't know anything about it. You just heard what the old people said about Jimmy Carter, and some people were like, "Oh, he was terrible," and somebody was like, "Oh, he was good." All I know about Jimmy Carter, because I never really delved into his presidency and what went on during those 4 years, which I really need to because I don't know anything about it, is that he was a humanitarian. I mean, you always saw him out building and doing this and Habitat for Humanity, and I mean, even when he was out at like 90 something years old, he was out there doing that crap. And it wasn't just photo op stuff. He was really doing it, So I'm sure he changed a lot of lives. So you can't judge a man by 4 years. He was just a puppet.
More and better work outside of his presidency.
Yeah. It seems like he used the presidency to help people, help. In a way
I think he used the title.
The title of what?
I don't know
the previous title. Yeah. You're right.
To draw awareness to Habitat for Humanity and many other causes, for sure. Yeah,
yeah. I know who Red Brian is. Captain Redbeard. Yeah, he says Biden has done more in the last month than his whole term. He really has made more.
All right.
I don't have any more stories. Let me check my dad's secret stash over here.
Pretty thin. I'm looking over here on X and I'm seeing California burn, and that's bad. So bad. I mean, it's not funny. You normally bring up news stories and we're like, haha, look at this dumb stuff right here. There's entire like people's lives are just being ruined because of government mismanagement. Literally because of mismanagement.
Yeah, and I don't like that, but I would like a list of celebrities whose homes burned for my morbid
Yeah,
curiosity.
I'm
'Cause I
struggling
saw
with
It's
that
on
one.
the screen the other
I
day.
saw Steve Gutenberg was
yes.
out there.
Uh-huh.
I saw somebody was interviewing Steve Gutenberg, who was out on the streets and saying this about his house and people up the street. And then I heard on the news where it said that it was James Woods, and James
James
Woods,
Woods.
and he was talking about he had lost his house or
I mean,
something like that.
I legit, losing a house for anybody sucks.
Oh, I've went through
yeah.
it.
I mean,
It-
it's not
it
just that you lost a
scarred
house
me.
and it can be replaced, but I mean, you lost things that were important to you, pictures, maybe a wedding dress or things like that, things that really matter. So I
I
hate
don't.
that anybody has lost anything, but like hearing these individuals who are unaffected by the poverty of the rest of us, just
Yeah.
like absolutely like we're so devastated.
But it's
This is
lost my
I'm
third
here in
home.
case some embers land on it.
Yeah.
here is a video posted by James Woods from his deck, from his patio.
You're looking good. Your house is not on fire, but it's. I'm here in case some embers land on it. I hope all your windows are closed.
So he
That's the
posted
person
that
taking
here.
care of his
Our
house.
deck,
Yeah.
our deck 3 minutes ago. Yeah. So
So it's like
somebody else
Dave
was
just
up there
said,
helping him
this
out.
is one of his houses. But like Dave was saying there, I went through a house fire. We lost everything that I owned
Yeah.
except the clothes on my back when I was like in 7th and 8th grade. And that made such an impact on me and my brother. For years, Logan went around and Dad told me, after we got grown, he said, for years, your brother would get up. He said he didn't know that we knew he was doing it, but he would get up in the middle of the night after everybody had went to bed and he would unplug everything. He said, I'd get up the next morning and everything in the house would be unplugged because Logan was scared the house was going to burn down again. So he after everybody went to bed, he'd just get up and unplug the TV and the lights and everything from the wall. Nothing was plugged in. And for me, I've noticed over the years that, like Dave said, I have very few pictures of me as a child, and it's from either somebody else had them or we had one trunk that the firefighters were able to get out, and a lot of those pictures have melted together. So I've got like a stack of 4 pictures, but they're all melted together, and I can just see the one on top. And so I don't have any of the toys and stuff. Like I've had this stuffed animal since I was a kid. No, I don't have that. I had all the Star Wars, all the Transformers, if I had all the Star Wars figures that I had as a kid, I could get my kid a car.
Right.
I lost all that crap in a house fire, and it's kind of affected me over the years that I don't really attach myself to stuff. It's just stuff.
That part is good that you can be detached from possessions because
it's caused a lot of fights and stuff, and I can see where it was completely my fault where I'm just not attached to stuff like some other people are, and I can see why you are. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I feel very much less attached to things than I did when I was younger. But part of it is you just being young too, right?
Yeah.
And just having when you're younger, you just have you don't really know it, but you have so few connections to the world. And as you get older, you develop more people, you get more and more connected to the world and you're less connected to your stuff. And, eventually you can let go. Some people can't, but I mean, so many people's their homes or their businesses are just being consumed right now. And, it's a tragedy now, but as long as you have your lives, like you have a chance to recover.
Yep. Stuff is stuff. You can always get stuff, and if you lose precious stuff, I mean, I'm sucks. I believe me, I feel you. I understand, but stuff is stuff, and if everybody's okay, and a couple of people have lost their lives, haven't there been like 6 or 8 or 10 people that's lost their lives or something like that?
I don't know what the current number is. I just, I feel bad for these folks.
Well, I feel bad for the folks that I feel bad for the folks that this is like you said, but like Dave said, I mean, it's hard for me to feel sad for these people that are like, oh, we lost our third house.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
That,
and
I'm
to
sorry
a
that something.
and
Actually, I'm not sorry. Stuff happens, man.
yeah. And to a certain point, you know, people in these places voted for the people that mismanaged their resources, you know. So like like I'm not saying it's your fault, but like that Karen Bass cut $17 million from the fire department. You voted for Karen Bass, you voted for Karen Bass to cut 17 million from your fire department, and now LA is on fire. So, I mean, it's not your fault, but you are not blameless either. So you're the in a democracy or in a republic, the consequences of your participation are real. And
Joe Rogan is there's on X now. They're showing these clips of Joe Rogan and
I had a story I was going to
said
cover.
that Joe Rogan fire could burn through LA to the ocean and we can't stop it. I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, dude, one day it's just going to be the right wind and the fire is going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not an effing thing we can do about it.
Isn't LA like in a, like, it's not in a desert, but it's like, they don't have a lot of drinking water, right? Do you know?
They never have a lot of water. It's overcrowded anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of water, guys, you're gonna love this one. As many as 23 million Americans. Now, there's like 350, 400 million Americans, but as many as 23 million Americans may be exposed to toxic forever chemicals via treated wastewater. Treated wastewater. That is, you are touching or consuming poo water, and the chemicals that they ran through that, they couldn't get all the stuff out. Nearly 7% may be exposed to forever chemicals. These approximately 23 million people may be consuming toxic compounds known as a per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, in drinking water. They're doing so due to the failure of wastewater treatment facilities to effectively remove PFAS chemicals from purified water streams, which ultimately re-enter municipal drinking water networks, the study authors find. And that figure is only likely to rise since treated wastewater continues to make up an increasing percentage of drinking water resources. Oh man, this is so bad. There are thousands of types of PFAS, which are synthetic. Why'd the page skip? Synthetic compounds found in a variety of household products, waterproof apparel, and industrial discharge, and certain types of firefighting foam. These so-called forever chemicals persist both in the human body and in the environment, and they have been linked to cancer and other serious illnesses.
So do you believe that, JJ?
Do I believe that there's forever chemicals?
Yeah, what you just read.
Process? I mean, yeah.
Okay. Because that's like we've been saying that us tinfoil hat crazy deep-spiracy people have been saying that crap for like 30 years. And everybody's been like, you're crazy. Okay, I'm crazy. Yeah, all that stuff is like, yeah, that's common knowledge, dude. You got your toque on your head right now that's probably been covered in chemicals.
Stop. Oh, get it off.
Get it up. Hey, I got one for you. We were talking about Jimmy Carter on this National Day of Mourning. Listen to this.
Teach us to know you more clearly, to love you more dearly, and to follow you more nearly each day.
To love thee more dearly, to see thee more clearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day. By day. Amen.
Did the pastor at the Jimmy Carter funeral view?
Wow. No, this didn't happen.
By day by day.
Listen to it again.
Teach us to know you more clearly, to love you more dearly, and to follow you more nearly each day.
To love thee more dearly, to see
It's
thee
word for word.
more clearly,
It's an old prayer.
follow
Yeah.
thee more nearly, day by day. By day. Amen.
Amen.
It's a really old prayer, and from like the 1200s. It definitely predates that, but it was turned into a song by DC Talk. So I remember when Meet the Fockers was on, I was like, "Hey, I know what they're quoting there," and DC Talk had
Okay,
recorded.
so they're
It's
not.
an actual no.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're
It's a
not
legit
quoting
prayer.
Meet the Fockers. They're quoting an ancient prayer.
No, but somebody will think that they're quoting Meet the Fockers and go with it.
I did.
The,
Deke just tricked me. I think maybe Deke did.
I did too. That's what I was fixing to say. Way to go.
No,
way,
no.
way to go to spoil our jokes, Dave.
sorry,
Thanks, Dave.
sorry. It's an actual. There's a whole.
You don't have to
prayer.
worry about fire breaking out at Dave's place. He's already a wet blanket.
Hang on, JJ. Look at this. Look at this,
I
JJ.
deny everything. Shirt
JJ,
on.
you've got a big family. Maybe you need, a big
Cyber
family cyber van.
That's not real. Fake.
What the heck? Did it just poop? I want one.
I don't want that.
I would totally.
I would not.
And you called me a wet blanket. I would totally have that thing.
That looks stupid.
That
Although
looks
the six
awesome.
wheels is pretty rad.
If you had some mounted guns,
I don't want to. I don't want
Dude,
to.
there's no way they're sitting there not freezing. She was in shorts. She's in a
It's not
skirt.
the-
Snow
it's not-
everywhere.
Oh, it is.
She's
that
in
is-
high heels and a skirt. That's
they're
it.
fresh fruit.
Got a basket of fake fruit.
Yeah. And you know what
Where'd
your,
the
you know what your
crate-
vehicle looks
why
like
is there a
after
crate
driving
of,
that stuff for 5 minutes.
What's in the crate there on the left? What do you think that is? Is that looks like maybe
Batteries.
I don't know.
Smoke grenades. Because look,
Batteries for the engine.
there's two empty chairs indicating that there's two people not here that we haven't seen. So these are smoke grenades.
Well, that's for the Yeti.
They have
Yetis are
went
going
on
to
a
come and
mission.
eat.
I don't want that.
That's
No,
for the
thank you.
people in
Pass.
there. Those are those two people's chairs. Okay.
They took the. So dumb.
They're going on the reconnaissance mission.
Whatever. Okay.
Dude, they're going to
All right, joke
Venezuela.
time.
That is Venezuela.
Joke time. Joke time. I got to pee, so it's joke time.
All right.
Did you see the shirt though? By the way, it's the
Deny
shirt.
everything. I like that. That's good.
International Spy Museum.
That's awesome.
Did you guys know that dermatologists are always in a hurry?
Oh yeah. Why?
They're always making rash decisions.
Yeah, oh no is right on that one. I've been shooting out dad jokes. I got 5 kids and I've been shooting out dad jokes left and right. And my son the other day was like, dude, where do you come up with all these jokes? And I was like, a database.
Oh.
Come on, that was good.
Dave. Come on, Dave.
So I hopefully I got you here. We were up in Michigan a couple weeks ago for Christmas and New Year's and all this, and in this one area they had a lot of fortune tellers, and there was this one really big one. And so I told my kids, "Hey, what do you call a pudgy fortune teller?"
Mm.
A fortune teller.
Oh, see, I was queuing up the studio laughs, but we're just gonna go with this. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, guys.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next with me.